And now we check back in with Paris, who spent the day in Washington Heights on the city's far south side as part of our In Your Neighborhood series. Paris.
Yeah, Brandon, we're joined now by Melvin Thompson, Executive Director of the Endeleo Institute here in Washington Heights. Melvin, thanks for coming out here with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so tell us, there's three main areas that your organization focuses on here. Tell us about those.
Health, education, and community development, and they tend to bleed into each other, so it's kind of an integrated approach.
Yeah, speaking of bleeding into each other, I understand that you have a vision here for the 95th Street corridor here. As the Alderman mentioned, it goes from the Dan Ryan down to the Metra tracks. What is that vision?
Yeah, it's a real vibrant, revitalized corridor with a food-themed corridor. We're in a food desert, and so we're doing a series of food interventions along the 95th Street corridor.
All right, what does that mean, food interventions?
Yeah, so there's a nutrition insecurity in the community, and we've got nothing but really liquor stores and fast food, and it's really affecting our health, and that's why we do both health and community development. And we see that nutrition is the answer to better health because we have high blood pressure, diabetes, and all these things. And so the remedy to that is getting access to healthy food within walking distance, because people have to travel out of the neighborhoods for that. And
right,
so
they got to go to the Walmart in Chatham or into Beverly or Evergreen Park. So what about permanent plans for a grocery store along 95th or somewhere else around here, just given the lack of access?
Interesting, because we just were awarded a planning grant for the Equitable Transit-Oriented Development. It's called ETOD, that the city and Elevated Chicago is sponsoring, and we were just awarded a planning grant to actually plan a multi-year corner grocery store right on 95th Street. So we're really excited about that because we've got some health partners that are excited as well, because they want to address the social determinants of health, and they understand that nutrition is one of the key factors in that.
When do you think that'll get up and running?
It's probably a multi-year project, probably in the next 2 years, but at least we have the foundation, and we have partners in place, and we have foundations as well that are supporting the effort.
And then, as I understand, there's another project that's a combination coffee shop and laundromat. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was based on a clamoring from the community that said, Melvin, we don't have any sit-down coffee shops, and we need a laundromat. We don't have a laundromat within 3 or 4 miles of here. And so I thought about it and found a couple of examples in Detroit, and we're emulating one now. And so come in July, we're going to have Cafe Du Bois, which will be at 325 West 95th Street, which is the corner of 95th and Harvard. It'll be a sit-down coffee shop and a small laundromat.
So get your sheets cleaned and
your latte and your
get
laundry.
yourself caffeinated.
Your latte and your laundry.
You know, you mentioned to us this is the neighborhood with the highest rate of home ownership anywhere in the city. Can you tell us about?
Best kept secret.
Yeah.
Stable, long time, historic, 67% home ownership. And when you think about that in a predominantly African American community, across the country, it hovers around 44%.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna. They're giving us the rap soon, but the business owners around the country, they gotta look at that stat and say, hey, this is a community we got to be at.
There's a disconnect.
And
we need the commercial investment.
Yeah. All right. Well, Melvin Thompson, thanks very much. And Brandon, we'll be back to close out the show in just a bit, but now we toss it back to you.
Lattes and laundry, Paris. Sounds perfect.